One of the questions that's often asked is, when do you start closing your prospect? Let's think about that for a second. We are all sales professionals in some shape, form, or capacity. And if you follow this blog for any amount of time, you've realized I'm a big believer that everyone is a salesperson. You're selling a product, you're selling a service, you're selling yourself, you're selling your ideas. We all sell something. So that begs the question that's a problem for most salespeople, tenured or not. They typically have a similar question, and it goes like this. When do I start closing my prospect? When do I start influencing the decision? When do I ask for them to say yes? You see, that problem of not knowing when to ask for someone to say yes or when to close your prospect, that problem can lead to a lot of headache, can lead to a lot of no sales, can lead to lower commissionable dollars. And the answer is, you start selling your prospect, you start closing your prospect, you start influencing that decision process from the very first interaction. The very first time you interact with someone, you should start influencing that process. You should start providing so much value that the idea of that person saying no isn't an idea that they want to live with. And in order for you to do that, to start closing from the very beginning of your sales process, you have to identify where your sales process is, what stage you're in, and how you can influence that process. And just because you identify that you have to have a sales process doesn't mean you're going to execute it correctly. Couple key strategies that we use when we sell our product, service, self, or idea, we sell from the beginning. And you do this two ways. You leave tips of subtle hints. Subtle ownership hints take place through your entire conversation. If you're on your initial prospecting appointment with a customer or your first interaction, whether it's through a telephone, a social media message, something along the lines, you want to create ownership for your product or service. Hey, I look forward to sitting down discussing your new software system. I look forward to sitting down and discussing your new car. I look forward to sitting and showing you your new house. When you create ownership from the beginning and every interaction with your prospect leaves subtle hints of ownership, eventually your prospect starts to take that ownership. It goes back to the days of giving someone a reputation to live up to, and eventually they'll live up to it. Well, if you start giving someone subtle hints of ownership, they eventually own that ownership. The second part on how to start closing your prospect from the beginning and being effective, while you're giving this person these subtle hints of ownership, you're assuming that they are going to do business with you. It's called an assumptive close. And there's a lot of people out there who teach it and teach it in different fashions. Bottom line, when you're using an assumptive close with subtle hints of ownership through your entire presentation, you are assuming that they are going to say yes at the end. And when you're assuming that someone's going to say yes at the end, you develop a natural level of confidence that is displayed in every interaction. So if you have a heightened level of confidence and you're giving subtle hints of ownership and you're giving this person the belief that this product is already theirs, when it comes time to say, hey, will you do business with me? Will you purchase my product? Should I write this order up? Whatever your closing statement is, there is no confusion anymore. People know exactly what they want to purchase, what they want to buy. And you've done that by closing this person from the very first interaction, by simply saying, yours, this is subtly going to be yours. How does it look? How will you like it? How are you going to decorate here? Whatever whatever questions are appropriate to your industry, you're going to assume they're going to do business with you. And when you assume they're going to do business with you, your confidence has to be at an all-time high. This isn't the time for wimpy words. Wimpy words in sale sound like this. Excuse me. Wimpy words in sales sounds like this. Would you maybe, is it okay if I possibly, maybe, do you mind I'm trying this out? All these wimpy words, I use maybe, possibly, if you buy this house, it will look like this. Those are wimpy words. Don't give people a wimpy word. Have strong confidence. Develop ownership by subtle hints of ownership and subtle hints of creating possession with your prospect from the very first interaction. Assume they're going to say yes, and don't use wimpy words when you ask them to purchase your product. No if, maybe, possibly, and any other wimpy word you can think of. If you need help closing one of your next deals, or you need help closing or role playing, anything like that, dude, just comment below, shoot me a DM. I look forward to helping you out. That's what I got for you guys this week. I'm Anthony Garcia. Do me a favor, subscribe to the blog. Also, have you checked out catapultingcommissions.com? You have an opportunity to pick up a free book there. All right, guys, I'll talk with you soon.